Hey guys, we're back with another video. My name is Cyril. I run a plant Instagram page called Cyril Cybernated. And if you're here for planty content, unboxing videos of planters, plants, home decor, styling, and just some random DIYs that I like to get myself into, you're on the right channel, because in this channel we're just gonna we're gonna practice our creativity, and I haven't really thought of this opening spiel. Anyways, today, actually over Christmas, me and my friend were actually just like geeking out about Hoyas. Not really the best time to think about plants because of the colder weather. However, we couldn't stop ourselves, so we did put on some bids on eBay, and today we got the plants. By the way, it was quick. I wasn't expecting these plants to arrive today actually, so I'm surprised that, customs is back on track, I guess. And we're just gonna do a quick unboxing. I guess these plants are from Thailand, and it's actually Hoyas that we ordered. Ooh, I'm glad that they thought it's cold here, and it's actually insulated really well. So the first layer is made up of a lot of newspapers, Chinese, Korean newspapers. And I believe we only got 4 plants actually. And yeah, there should be 4 over here. So let's unbox the first one. Okay, so they do use newspapers and some rubber bands. Oh, I already see one sticking out. So the first one, oh my god, it looks freaking dry, to be honest. The first one is one of actually the more expensive ones. This is a Hoya Saba 7950 Splash. Looks super dry, to be honest. I didn't think it would look like this because based on the tracking, it should have arrived within the week. But anyways, nothing that a good hydrating mix couldn't revive. So these are what the leaves look like. They're supposed to be splashy. They are splashy a little bit once it perks out. So it is in moss. Judging by it, I think the root system is quite good. Let me just lay it here on this side. It's gonna be a quick unboxing. There's not a lot. There's only 4 plants here. Next is this one. Oh my G. The plants are decent size, to be honest. This one is the Hoya Valmayoriana. So this one is a sun stressing one, which excites me a little bit because I have been enjoying stressing my plants. If you can see in the background, I do have my grow light situation going on for winter, and I do keep some of my Hoyas over. Well, actually most of my Hoyas are up in here. And this is how the plant arrived. The leaves are still plump a little bit. Actually the size is very decent. This is a good size. So based on my experience, if you import from Thailand, this size will be around this, like roughly 12 to 24 inches. So me and my friend Steve or Tuan will actually split this. So this is Hoya number 2, Hoya Valmayoriana. Next would be, ooh, I can see the tendrils, the stem sticking out. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh. This is Hoya SPPNG SV432. So the bottom leaves look super dehydrated. However, nothing that a good overnight hydration couldn't fix. Look at the leaves though. Oh, here. This one. It looks super nice. So this one also has anthocyanin. So this one would sun stress really well. Not that huge, but at least this one has 2 stems, which is so good. Not too bad as well. I haven't really ordered anything from overseas. Last year I was just so scared of ordering and getting something that might be confiscated or just stuck in the mail. And we just did it actually, but in the middle of December before Christmas. Just kind of crazy. Anyways, the last Hoya for today would be, okay, this one. I forgot the name. Isn't this the, oh yes, a good one. Hoya Finlay Nova. Let me check the stems. The leaves should be veiny and splashy. Well, based on my experience, they do have the black spots if they're exposed to extreme sun, and it wasn't like acclimated slowly. The leaves are gorgeous though. Can't wait for this to, I don't know, maybe I should be focusing the leaves, something like that. Okay, so yeah, this is the last one. So this one is kind of long. Ooh, we have a broken leaf here. Let's just pull this out already. It's not gonna be salvaged. So generally, this seller shipped really fast despite getting caught through the holidays. It's not really an official seller review video. I just want to show you my haul along with my friend's haul. And I want to show you some of the new Hoyas that we will be introducing to our collection. Again, this is a Finlay Nova. Has a splashiness. And in general, I really love Finlay Somi. And then this one is a Hoya SP. This is something new to me. The leaves are really nice and big, like a Rigida situation, Rigida Sarawak situation, and they sun stress like an Erythrina. And then we also got this one, Hoya Valmayoriana. It has some sun stressing capabilities with anthocyanins. Really cute. The bottom leaves will probably drop because these ones are already yellow, but a little ICU moment to reacclimate your imported or exported plants. And then lastly, oh my god, this one is the most prized specimen actually, Hoya Saba 7950 Splash. This one looks the worst, super dehydrated, but we'll see. It should look cute after a while. And basically what I'll do is hydrate these in a nutrient infused solution, preferably overnight, and probably give it a good humidity boost by putting it in this room wherein the humidity doesn't really drop less than 70. It gets a bit colder still though. Hello, it's been a month and 5 days since the first part of this video that you've seen, and after a month I'll show you what the Hoyas look like. So unfortunately I haven't really recorded the entire process, but I'll just talk about what I did. So the first Hoya that we'll talk about, and I'll show you the update, is the Hoya SP PNG SV432. This is what they look like now. So this one has been fairly easy because if you could see, it has a new stem, it's putting out a new leaf already, and the other one is sun stressed, and the other one is just starting to stress a little bit. Show signs of sun stressing. So this one, I haven't really lost a lot of leaves. I cut it into two. I believe the extra tendril or stem I threw away, but both are now well rooted and doing well in pon. And basically I did mention on the first part that I was gonna hydrate them for like 24-48 hours. I did end up keeping the others hydrated for a little over a day. The first example would be the Hoya Finlay Nova. So this is what is remaining of the Finlay Nova. This one is doing okay. This one I had to like chop the other half. I had to chop like several times until it finally survived. If you could see, there's some baby roots in here already. So I'm glad that this one is gonna make it. I was worried that I was gonna lose the half of it. But I wish that I just kept them in water longer than 2 days. I ended up keeping them in water for 2 days, transferring them in Lechuza Pon, and they weren't like perking up. They are under a heat mat, but that didn't help as well. So I ended up putting them in water on top of the heat mat. You do have to remember you need to put some surface that will serve as your buffer in between your plant or your substrate and your heat mat. So I'm glad that I was able to save the Finlay Nova, to be honest, and it's doing well. Next is the Hoya valmayoriana. So the bottom part, I had two rooted plants, I believe. The bottom parts I placed directly on pon, and if you could see, there's some baby leaves forming now. The other one's still naked, but I think this is gonna be well rooted. So there's 3 new leaves on this one. And this one, I didn't think all are gonna be okay. I didn't really lose any leaves on this one. I love the long pendant leaves on this one. It's gonna sun stress as well. I currently have this on a grow light and on top of a heat mat, and if you could see, the Hoyas are rooted, and it's only been over a month. And actually, to be honest, the first 2 weeks was the struggle. What I should remember, and a note for myself now, is when I'm getting Hoyas during winter, even though it doesn't really get super cold here in California and in Monterey where I'm at, I have to hydrate them first, even though based on my primary judgment they weren't super dehydrated, but I still prefer to like keep them in water probably for a good week or two, and just so I could see how the leaves are perking up and not for those roots not to be hidden under a substrate. Because the last update that I'll show you is the worst looking Hoya that we got, and it was the Hoya Saba 7950 Splash. And actually I almost lost the entire plant even though we had 2 stems on this. This is the perfect example of the plant that looks super horrible, so you really have to do the rehydration process really well and probably do it longer. I misjudged and just left it in water for like 2 days. Pon, on top of a heat mat, of course, and it was already okay when it was in water, and then when I transferred it in pon, I guess it was too early. It started becoming wrinkly again and started dropping most of the leaves. So if you remember earlier, it had more leaves than this, but fortunately, it's grown this one in my care in 1 month, this one, and this new one. And I hope it will put out and fill out more leaves before I send this to to my friend on the other coast. But yeah, that's a lesson that I could share. It really depends on what will work for you, but I really have to keep that in mind to take time to rehydrate my Hoyas before even trying to put them in pon, because eventually pon is a good medium. I have been converting a lot of my plants in pon in the background, and it's really effective for me. However, it was my first time getting an import, and then I had to change it in pon. Before, I used to like keep it in water for about a week or 2 and put it in soil directly, and by some miracle they still make it okay. But now that I'm gonna do it in pon and do it usually on a self-watering setup, based on my experience, I'll keep it longer in water just to make sure that the plants are already perky. And I've seen that they perform better when they have like water roots, and then I can transfer to pon. That way it will kind of really reassure me that the plant is already okay and acclimated before I put it on another level or another stage of stressing, which is converting into pon. But yeah, those are the update from my last month's plant haul, and I'm already thinking of ordering some more Hoyas. But anyways, if you haven't seen my pon video, that's my last video before this one, and you'll probably learn about that. For those that are thinking of trying leca, just I guess buy a small bag and see how it works. So far I did convert a lot of my Hoyas in in pon rather, and they are doing so well. And I think at this point I'm not even gonna try Hoyas in soil anymore because I'm just over it. And then it's the first time that I had to use a heating mat. Like living in California, I felt like I didn't really need to because it's generally warmer here, but I see the benefits of putting things in heating mats. They definitely root faster, and I give credit to the combination of doing it in pond, self-watering, and heating mats. And then at some point, I also used these glass clutches that were open on top. I did put the smaller cuttings at some point when I first acclimated them. And so yeah, I won't be talking some more. That's just about it for today's video. If you do have questions, comment down below because I'll try to answer them. Otherwise, you could also go check on my Instagram and check my content up there. I try to be as organized as I can, so you could like look through the guide about the plant tips and the like. And don't forget to subscribe if you're already watching the video, and like the video as well. And have a great day. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.